It's Saturday morning, and they predict that we're going to have a chance of frost tonight. There's no guarantee we'll have frost, but then again, there's no guarantee that we won't. So I have to kind of prepare for the worst and hope for the best. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about what I'm going to do to get ready in case there is a frost. Over here, I just kind of gathered up all the containers I could find. It's kind of a hodgepodge mixture of flower pots and milk jugs and stuff like that. And the plan is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use those to cover my peppers, my tomatoes, the yacon, the Cimbalo melon pear, and the pepino melons, the cotton, and the Malabar spinach, and the peanuts. But I'm pretty sure I don't have enough containers to cover all of that, so I'm going to have to come up with other ways to protect stuff from frost. For instance, right here, the strawberries, I have quite a few blooms. You can see a couple there, some over there. But we also have some strawberries, a few small strawberries. See, there's one over there you can see. So what I'm going to do here with this is just throw a tarp over it. I think this tub with the potatoes on it will be an easy fix. I can just put a piece of plywood over that. Then the grow bags, I think I can probably just throw a blanket over them. I think they'll be okay. Back here I was looking at our black raspberries, and they've got tons of little flower buds forming. It's possible they could freeze, but the thing that might save them is that they're up off the ground a little bit. The thing about official temperatures is most official temperatures are taken 4 to 6 feet off the ground. So there can be a difference of several degrees from 4 to 6 feet off the ground down to ground level. That's why some people will see the weather report and the temperature says like 38 degrees and they end up with frost and they can't figure out how that happens. Well, it's because the official temperature is taken off the ground. Now down here, if I don't have enough containers, like with these peanuts, what I'm going to do is cover them with leaves. I'll just make a nice little pile on each plant. And I think that should probably protect them from frost. But I'm going to, later on this afternoon and this evening, I'll just cover things up, and then once I get things covered up, I'll show you what I've done. The corn, I think I'll just pile some leaves up around it. It's just now starting to grow good. Hate to get it damaged. I was out here cutting these milk jugs down to use tonight, and I happened to think about my dad. He used to use milk jugs every year. He would just leave the milk jug over the plant and leave the cap off all day, and then at night, if there's any danger of frost at all, he would just put the cap on at night. And he didn't bother taking them off and putting them back on. He'd just leave the jug on. It's kind of like a mini greenhouse in a way. The plastic is translucent, so it lets through a little bit of light, warms up the ground underneath the jug. And it also protects from birds and insects and small animals that might walk by and trample it or even want to think about eating it. But that's just something to think about. I don't use them, but he was a lot better gardener than I am, so maybe I should have paid closer attention. But I just thought I'd mention that for those of you that have never tried covering your tomatoes and stuff with milk jugs. He used to use a lot. And all I did was just cut the bottom out of it. And then you just put it down in the dirt a little bit, or you can, you know, put it over the plant and pile up some wood chips or leaves or something. Just anything to create a little insulation. And to cut the milk jug, I just use a plain pair of scissors to cut around it. I just create a starting point with this sharp fillet knife. Just make a hole, and then you can stick your scissors in, and it's pretty easy to cut. Just be careful if you use sharp objects, don't cut yourself. Well, this is where the jungle peanuts are. I got that seed starting tray over a couple of them. Got a couple of pots over a couple more. And then the last two, I just have leaves piled over them. The strawberries, I've got about probably 2/3 of those covered with this tarp. And then I have the peanuts covered with pots. A couple of them I just have covered with leaves. The peppers are covered with these pots. Those pots I got at one of those stores where everything's $1. Haven't got the corn covered up yet with leaves, but I'm going to do that next. Some of this other stuff is just I'm not worried about. It's going to be alright. The icon I've got covered up with some pots and a Symbolo melon pear. And there's the tomatoes under the 2 jugs, milk jugs. Just piled up wood chips around the jugs. The Malabar spinach, I had a pot with holes in it, so I put a Walmart bag over the top of that. And the cotton's down there. Pepino melons under those 2 little clear containers there. And then this is the potatoes in the wash tub. I just put a sheet of plywood over that. And these are the grow bags down here with potatoes in them. I just put an old sheet over that. And hopefully this will get us through. But like I said, there's no guarantee we're going to get frost. But there's no guarantee we're not. We'll see what happens in the morning. And there's about 1/3 of the strawberries down there that are uncovered, along with the raspberries. And I have some sweet potatoes here I just covered up with leaves. The sun hasn't come up yet, but I couldn't wait to see if we got frost or not. So this is the back window of our old Toyota. Well, the sun's up now, but it's still pretty cold out here. That's just on the trunk lid of the car. Well, I uncovered everything real quick because I don't have a lot of time this morning. The only thing that looked like it might be just a little bit iffy was these peanuts that were covered with leaves. Everything else, as far as I can tell, came through okay. Just do a quick walk by here. Here's our tomatoes over here that were under the jugs. It looks like everything's okay as far as I can tell. Sometimes it takes a little bit for damage to show up, so I'll update if there is any, but I'm thinking we're going to be okay. I'm kind of in a hurry because I'm going fishing this morning.